even though this game was announced just a few short months ago, I've been waiting years for it. This is Metroid: Samus Returns, the newest official entry in the Metroid series. I have it. I have it a little early. And, well, we're gonna just jump right into it. So here we go. You know, I was a little nervous about this game. I was hoping it would be good. Made by a developer that was somewhat untested. I mean, I didn't really care for their Castlevania game, but I was still very interested to see where they would go with this. I knew Nintendo was up their metaphorical asses and making sure that they delivered a good game. And then impressions were good for the game at E3 and other places. And then it comes out and people were saying it's pretty good. So I was pretty relieved to hear that. But maybe, maybe I'll have to find out for myself if it's any good. It is a Metroid 2 reimagining. So this is not a brand new story for anyone just joining the stream. But it's really nice to get what I want, which is another side-scrolling Metroid game. Oh, music. Cool. It's that updated Metroid 2 theme. You know, incidentally, this isn't even the fucking first Metroid 2 remake I've played this year. So... Oh look, the music I opened with. In the year 20x5 of the cosmic calendar. I'm gonna say 95. That's just my guess. A Galactic Federation research team discovered an unknown life form on planet SR-388. While they were able to successfully obtain a living sample, their research vessel was attacked by space pirates during their voyage home. Oh, nice. This attack was no coincidence. Space pirates had set their sights on these mysterious organisms called Metroids. They planned to replicate the sample and exploit its ability to absorb the energy of any life form. Their intention was to use Metroids as weapon. One powerful enough to conquer galaxy. The entirety of it. To combat this threat, the Galactic Federation dispatched a lone bounty hunter to infiltrate the space pirate base on the planet Zebes. That's how I say it. There she is. Against all odds, Samus Aran eradicated the Metroids on Zebes. Aran, Aaron, Zebes, Zebes. Everyone's gonna say it different. And defeated Mother Brain, the leader of the space pirates, and so their sinister plans were thwarted. For a time. Concerned by these developments and by the great threat of the Metroid species still posed to the galaxy, the Galactic Federation mounted another expedition to SR-388. Look at those Marines. How long their necks must be to fit in those power suits. I'm getting Federation Force flashbacks. A special squadron of elite soldiers from the Galactic Federation Police was dispatched to investigate. The team soon went missing, but not before transmitting a small sampling of data back to the headquarters. Analysis of this data confirmed a Metroid presence within the interior of planet SR-388. So long as they continued to exist, these Metroids would forever pose a devastating threat to the galaxy. Oh my god. Hang on, everyone wants me to check Discord. Alright, give me a second here. Hang on a moment. Apparently, me streaming this game an hour and 10 minutes early is somewhat sketch. I'm gonna take the risk. The resulting decision of the Galactic Federation Council was immediate and unanimous. Samus Aran, you must exterminate the Metroids once and for all. So that was a pretty good remix of that theme that I had opened with. So far it's just like Super Metroid music updated. But that planet is dangerously close to a black hole, Jim.
That's right, Vin.
Uncomfortably close black hole. So this is the game. All right. Let's take a look. You guys can... It's okay. Remember, there's different time zones. We good. So, Samus controls... like Samus. I know that sounds weird, but that was a worry of mine. Wall jumping is... Well, wall jumping is not the same way it was in Super Metroid. Wall jumping gets you a little distance, you can't go back, so I can't, like, infinitely combo wall jumps. Samus is small. It's the same wall jump from Zero Mission, okay. So here's basically how this works. You can kind of aim in multiple directions, like you could in various other games, but if you hold L, you get the full 360-degree aiming. So that's how that works. I don't have ball at the moment. I'm pretty excited about this. This is kind of cool. Oh, there's the ledge grabbing. Okay. Enemies. There seems to be some kind of scum dripping from the ceiling. Okay, so they start you off with missiles, which I believe happen in Metroid 2 as well, so I mean... Kinda surprising how many Metroid games you don't have missiles in when you begin the game. Right, so there's a bunch of alien nematodes jumping around. It's both familiar and highly reminiscent of Metroid 2, but it feels really new. And I'm really excited. But, yeah, one thing I wasn't crazy about with that Castlevania game... Oh, fuck. I beansed it. Okay, that's how you're supposed to do that. I just cheesed it with wall jumping. I wasn't crazy about the speed of the game, but I also feel like they got too far away from what made Castlevania Symphony of the Night great. With Mercury Stream's previous DS game. Wow. Alright. Mirror of Fate was a game. It was a game. Hang on one second. I'm good. Alright. Sometimes you just gotta type a message. Gotta click on your nice mechanical keyboard that you have there. So I see this as a metaphor for the Metroid franchise over the past 2 years. Maybe I'm just looking into it a little too deeply. But yeah, Samus controls really fluidly and quickly. Fastly. Speedily. It's pretty good. So press X, and you get the melee counter. So that's one of the new features. I was a little resistant to some of these features at first. I was like, that's not Metroid! Okay, I'm pressing the wrong buttons here. But yeah, the evolution of the gameplay. I mean, it feels pretty natural for a game like this. And it feels kind of necessary. I don't know if I like it yet, but we'll see. Okay. Come at me! You have like a really small window, but it's not unfair. Like, I missed that by... well, it's not a really small window. It's a small window, but it's not unfair. Let's say that. I missed that prompt by quite a bit, and I still managed to hit it. I was also worried that the 3D would kill some of the... like, the blocky, like, modular design of Metroid, level design. Metroid, planets. But it looks like it's still kind of intact. Things seem to be divided into blocks as well. I don't understand what creature evolves to be such a useless twonk as this? Oh, right, menus. Let's take a look. So we've got the map here. Grab a pin from the bottom and drag it. So you got, a variety of different markers that you can set. Amiibo support, which I'm not gonna be fucking with, obviously. Maybe eventually. Map icons. Got some settings, some controls. They're not customizable. Not that I think they need to be. It seems like they're pretty okay for me right now. Dog, what is that? After you counter an enemy, do you automatically lock on? It looks like it, yeah. Hang on a second. Dog. Let me just put that there, like Joey Diaz would. Put a little marker, so I'll return to that later. That's what you get. The Chozo have a far reach. Even on shitty, pointless planets like this, there still seems to be a Chozo presence. So, there's the screen. I don't like it as much as I like the Super Metroid screen, but gets the job done. Look. Clink, clink. Clink. Oh fuck, yeah, that's right, the Chozo... Yeah, the Chozo made the Metroids. I always forget about that. That's a weird... For me, that's just one of those pieces of trivia, or piece of information that always just gets lost. Yeah, of course they would be here on this shitty, seemingly pointless world. They fucking made the Metroids. Oh yeah, the missile. Oh fuck. Well, that's gone forever. No, I'm quite sure I'll be able to get that missile upgrade real soon. It's made out of chorizo. Restart. Throw copy of game into the garbage. Go out, purchase another one. Start over on a new Twitch channel. That's what you get for missing the first missile upgrade. If you do not do these things, then you have not truly played the game properly. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with Samus having a melee counter. I think that's kind of alright. It doesn't really... It doesn't kill me, and it seems like it's not... It's not something you have to do for every enemy. Okay. So things got a lot more... Reminds me of, like, ancient Egyptian... stuff. What the fuck was that tongue? Okay, so here's the first new ability. I've been made aware of this through some of the gameplay videos I watched. So this Eon thing, you have a meter, it fuels special abilities like the scan pulse. Refill your gauge with the Eon orbs. Foes may drop when you either beat them or successfully parry. Cancel by pressing A again before the pulse is released, so... Alright, oh, here we go, here's the music. So here's an optional thing that... Oh, nice. That's a pretty cool remix, I'm liking it. I'm into it. Kind of like... Oh, I kind of don't have words because I'm enjoying this that much. Maybe it's the nostalgia. The nostalgias. But it plays really well so far, and it looks good and sounds good. Well, I mean, that's kind of subjective, but I think it does. The gameplay is really tight, though. This is a nice new start for Metroid. There he is! It's just a little space jellyfish. Okay. Well, again, we're not gonna worry about amiibos. Nor do I have any of the Metroid amiibos. Yet. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. someone asked, why is Samus so slender? And, I believe I have an answer to that. And it's because she's not in her Varia suit. This is just suit. Oh, I can't do a wall jump here. That's too tight for a wall jump. It's tracksuit. Well, something's over here. Or up there. Damage boosting confirmed. What is this scum-encrusted door? You'll notice I like that word. Actually, as a phrase, the word scum is even better. When you include it, if it's scum encrusted, I feel like it's a stronger word. Vinny, what's the best Metroid to start out with? I'd vote Super Metroid. Or perhaps no, Zero Mission. Metroid Zero Mission, then Super Metroid, then Fusion. Those are good choices. Zero Mission, Super Metroid, Fusion, then maybe even this. I mean, the story's out of order. I guess that's up to you. How do you want to experience the story? If you want to do it in order, then definitely start with Zero Mission, and then maybe this? That remains to be seen, I'm not sure yet, but it's pretty good. Chronologically, it's the second in the series. And then, after Fusion, you want to go for the Prime series. Yo, the Metroid counter could... I can't... Guys, how do you make it stop? I guess you just gotta kill the Metroid. I was hoping... I'm glad the Metroid was that close. And there you go. Wow, that was stupid easy. Compared to what you have to do in the original Metroid 2, that was a joke. Those things will fuck you up in Metroid 2. And AM2R, they weren't really that easy. Yeah, it's a tutorial. It's the very beginning of the game. But, I mean... Metroid 2 was not the most, Metroid 2 was unfairly hard. And confusing, and... what other words could I use for it? Confusing, black and white. Metroid 2 was a game that I played a lot as a kid. But it mostly consisted of me losing my save file and then just starting over and never, like, completing it. I think I maybe completed the original Metroid 2, like, 3 or 4 times. But I probably started it from the beginning. I would imagine... Okay. I would imagine a couple dozen times. And it took me many, many years, and I had to hone my Vappy skills to finally beat it. You can morph ball by pressing the touch screen. Instant morph ball. Well, I've heard this game was difficult. Charge beam. Charge. I heard this game was difficult. But it seems like it starts out a little bit more, you know, you can't just make the game horrendously difficult from the start. I mean, you could. You'd be an asshole. The learning curve in Metroid 2 was a lot harder. It seems like it's much more fair this time around. And Nintendo does have a generally good grasp on learning curves. But yeah, before E3, I was talking about, you know, anytime I played a Metroid game in the past couple of years, this was my idea for... I mean, I didn't know it was a Metroid 2 remake we were gonna get, but I'm happy that we got this exact thing. This is basically exactly what I wanted. And so far, it's definitely living up to expectations. I know the Eon abilities are a little cheap. Some people weren't so crazy about those. But they seem to be more or less optional. I always thought this stuff was lava. It turns out it was just purple drink. How do I feel about the music so far? I really like it because it seems like a good mix of classic Troid with Prime Troid, if that makes any sense. Like, it's got the electronic feel of the Prime games, but it's got the cinematic, orchestral feel of, the classics. What else? There's also, someone asked, how's the 360-degree aiming feel? It's really, I mean, picture this. You're holding the L button. Wherever you point with the analog stick is where you instantly aim at. And you have a little, like, laser for aiming. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. It seems to be... well, it seems to be very important. I wouldn't exactly say it's optional. So far. Because, well... I've used it quite a bit. And why would you not want to use it, if it's available? I was resistant to it when I first saw the game announced. But now I'm kind of understanding why it works. If it's starting to feel natural, is what I'm saying. Natural and the opposite of scum encrusted. Ah yes, the chorizo. The ancient race of sausages that I usually get on my tacos. Because chorizo is the best taco. Sometimes. Alright, depending on where you go. Fuck, there's so many modifiers in life. I always have to put a disclaimer. It's true though, I've had bad chorizo. It's a sin when you get bad chorizo. So I only put one title for today. I considered potentially streaming maybe Mario and Rabbids after this. I completed World 2, like all the extras and challenges and stuff. That was fun. But I'm also really tired today. Wow. They finally gone and did it. They implemented anti-wall jump surfaces. Fuck you, Nintendo. Or fuck you, Mercury Stream. But I'm really tired and I had a really delicious and big dinner. I made homemade burg from a farmer's market, like chopped meat. Excellent. Excellent, good stuff. Like straight off of a fucking farm. I love that stuff. And I had squash with I made squash with, what are they called? Scallions? The white things, you chop them. Right, scallions. And then I did string beans too. It was good. Pierogies, you say? I need pierogies. Well, the reason I had farm, like, burg and all these veggies that were, like, really fresh is because there's a farmer's market that comes around to the Staten Island Mall once a week. And I just found out about it. And they basically get the good stuff and bring it to you. And I was like, ah. It was surprisingly inexpensive, too. I still have that fresh, farm corn I'm gonna make. Corn on the cob. With, garlic and butter. That's gonna be good. I got this, like, monster garlic from this farm, by the way, from this, farmer's market. It was... Guys, it was fucking... Like, the cloves of garlic equal 3 cloves of regular garlic. And it's extremely tasty and potent. It's good. It's a weird chat to have during Metroid. Maybe if I was playing a Wario game, it'd be more appropriate. But listen, sometimes I like to tell you about the food that I eat because, well, we all eat food. That's right. That's right. Metroids are garlic. Oh, they kind of look a little bit like garlic sometimes, yeah. Vinny, I gave up eating food years ago. I survive off sunlight and water. Just when you think you can make a statement that is 100% irrefutable. Oh. Charge beam does not grant a kind of, screw attack. Four Metroids needed to proceed. I like the sound, the clank that the enemies make as they bounce off of Samus's power armor. Hey, look. A part of the planet that doesn't look completely grotty. Vinny, it seems like the game would benefit from a better lighting engine. I can't really dispute that. I think visually, it definitely does a good job. Some of the backgrounds look nice, and, you know, I like the way Samus looks and everything. The beams are cool so far. I mean, I'm not really judging the game based off of its visuals too hard, but they're serviceable and not like mind-blowing. I mean, this is really old hardware too, so I can't really fault them too much. Now, if this were a Switch game, it would have to look amazing. Because, you know, otherwise, motherfucker, what the fuck? For the 3DS, I think it's pretty damn quality. I've seen some real awful-looking 3DS games. I still think the best-looking 3DS game is Super Mario 3D Land. It's got a really simple and colorful aesthetic that doesn't really age it. I'm gonna go back down. I feel like I missed something important down there. It seems like up here is potentially the way to go. Many choices. A link between worlds. It was a pretty good looking game. I mean, I guess the reason they didn't do this for Switch... I guess we're doing the Norfair music again. Wow, I stayed in there way too long. I was taken aback by the Norfair music. I fucked up, guys. But the reason this wasn't for Switch, I'd imagine is... One, they wanted to keep the, development time and cost down. They wanted the install base to be as large as possible, being a 3DS. And this being Samus's first game back in a while, they probably wanted to, test the waters a bit before they went full on with Prime. Or, some massive undertaking. Fuck. Gotta use that counter more often. Oh, what is that? Oh, fuck. It's that shitty poisonous plant stuff. This will be my HP farming. I mean, it's still recognizably Metroid 2, as I said earlier. I fucked up. Oh, it put me back here. Okay, well, I don't know when you're gonna charge it. Holy shit! And here I was complaining about the first fucking Metroid being too easy. Man, do I deserve this. Like, I know it's being telegraphed, I know what's happening, it's just knowing when to press the button is really hard! I did it! It went through the thing! Guys. My counter is not happening. You can't parry when they're electric. Okay, so I can parry that. Wow, that electric shit. That electric shit is fucked up! Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but I'm really happy I'm dying. I am happy this game isn't easy. That would have been a good time for a... That would have been a good time for a parry. Now, okay, now I'm not happy anymore. Now I'm just holding my head in shame. Alright, they're a little unpredictable, those fuckers. They're a little unpredictable. But that was the perfect opportunity. Just because I doubt there's gonna be anything. Oh, okay, there's stuff up there. Alright, I'm gonna try not to use Scan Pulse unless I'm really stuck. That was something that I wanted to be a little careful about during this playthrough. I didn't want to cheese it too hard. But yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more, stingy with the Scan Pulse. I watched the Orville last night, which is the Seth MacFarlane fake Star Trek show. A couple people wanted to know what I thought about it earlier. Well, yesterday, I should say. And, so I finally watched it. I enjoyed it. Why did that happen? Guys, I didn't actually... How do you cancel Scan Pulse? I didn't actually want to do that. Scan pulse, use Xeon, use it to reveal map. Press to equip and oh, okay, you have to equip the thing and then you can... Then when you press A, it just happens. So how do I unequip it? There doesn't seem to be an unequip. You don't have another Eon ability, so you can't unequip it. Alright, so I just have to avoid the A button at all costs. So I watched the Orville. Anyway, not a big deal. I just have some more of the map. Oh. Just randomly found a secret. That's nice. And it was pretty good. Seth MacFarlane casting himself as Captain annoyed me when I first heard about it. And it still kind of annoys me, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not like a lot of "you think that's bad" moments. There's a couple of Seth MacFarlane-esque jokes, but it's not too annoying. It kind of reminds me of Galaxy Quest a little bit, mixed with Star Trek: The Next Generation. And it's very tonally similar to TNG, and I like that. He doesn't sing. He doesn't sing. Yeah, that's one thing that's good. It's not a musical. It's just a Star Trek-esque show with some comedy here and there. And the comedy can get a little juvenile to the point of an annoyance from time to time. Like the dude... Can you please stop that? I keep pressing the A button, guys. This is bad. I have the entire map now. Fuck! Just press A again. Oh, okay, okay. You can press A to cancel it. Oh, alright. We're good. We're good. Shitty aim there. Alright, I'll tell you more about this show in a moment. Samus is about to... Vamonos. Gotta find out if bomb jumping is intact. Kinda is. Well, it's easier than in some of the other games. It seems like the timing is a lot more forgiving. I don't know how forgiving. Very forgiving. Fucking nematodes. So, on the eve of Star Trek Discovery, a show that's going to be gritty, dark, violent, and basically very far away from what I liked about Star Trek. The Orville is not a perfect show. In fact, some people are gonna hate it. I definitely rolled my eyes on a couple of occasions. But the show doesn't take itself... The show takes itself more seriously than I thought it would. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's got a lot of the classic elements from TNG that I really like. I like maybe half of the characters on the crew. Bortus, who's like Worf, is like the best character ever. So, yeah, it was a pleasant surprise. For a show I had zero interest in, mostly because of Seth MacFarlane, I ended up liking it quite a bit. Or at least more than I thought I would. So, yeah, the Orville. You might like it, you might not. Don't expect musicals, but you'll get a couple of lame jokes here and there, so... It's weird that Star Trek Discovery, the newest Star Trek show, is coming out so soon. It almost doesn't feel real. Also, there was a review embargo, so they don't want anyone giving reviews of it. Just look at the Klingons. Look at the Klingons in Star Trek Discovery. So it's like, take your pick. Do you want edge violence with fucked up looking Klingons? Or do you want, Family Guy-esque jokes? It's like, can I get rid of the jokes and have it be real Star Trek? So I guess, pick your poison. Yeah, Jonathan Frakes, who played Riker, is actually directing an episode of The Orville, so I mean, there is definitely the DNA. Some of the scripts are being written by people from the TNG era. The DNA of classic Star Trek is in The Orville, but I wish it was in Star Trek instead. So, but yeah, it's somewhat enjoyable. So there's that. I watched It. I talked about that yesterday. I did like a little review of the It movie, and again, I mentioned yesterday how being wishy-washy is not my intention, but I really didn't love it. And I'm not sure why people are losing their shit. I think it's a very fun, fine movie with some dopey horror tropies, and it makes me wish it was directed by the dude who did the season 1 of True Detective. Which was originally the plan. But a little formulaic, a little predictable. not very scary for me. I mean, I kind of laughed a lot more than I was like, oh! But it was fun. It was worth the price of admission, and I liked the performances. They did a good job. And I said yesterday, I'm a little biased, but I think Finn Wolfhard did an amazing job. He was very funny as Richie. So, yeah, it was okay. So here's the spider ball. It's not exactly Sonic the Hedgehog in spider ball mode now, is it? Wasn't the spider ball in one of the Metroid Prime games? Which one was that? Prime 2? 2 and 3, okay. It was in all of them. But it functioned differently, if I remember correctly, but right? I mean, you had to go along very specific paths. In Metroid 2, which is the only, I believe, official Nintendo game in this series to have the spider ball, it was, unlimited. Like, you could just use it wherever. But in the Prime series, it was much more limited. Oh boy, here we go again. No Twitch or YouTube notifications, and I think I fucked up with the YouTube notification. Yeah, I fucked that one up, but Twitch should definitely be giving you notifications. If not, there's a way to ensure that. And you should, above the video player to the right, there's like a little icon and an arrow. Press the arrow down, make sure email notifications are enabled. It's off by default for a lot of people, so if you aren't getting Twitch notifications, do that, or Norix developed a thing called Vinesauce Alert, and it's a Chrome extension that you can customize, and it allows you to see when any of the Vinesauce streamers go live. So if you want to know when I go live, it'll give you a little sound, it'll tell you I'm live. That's at that's at bit.ly/Vinesauce Alert. bit.ly/Vinesauce Alert. You didn't get a Vinesauce alert notification? Really? Shit. I just wanted to get the rest of the map. There's also, another thing too. There's, the Twitch app has notifications. So, there's a couple ways. Usually I go live on YouTube for like 30 seconds, and that sends out a YouTube notification, but I forgot to do that today. I was a little excited for Metroid. I've had this game since 2 PM, by the way, but I held off. Hang on a second. Okay. That's my notification that I'm getting older. Like, I would have taken a day off of school for Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, you know? certain games I would get, and I'd have to, like, get home immediately and play the game! Get home immediately and play the game! But I was in the studio today anyway, so I guess it wouldn't have been the easiest thing for me to just say, you know what, fuck everything, I'm gonna go play Metroid. And I wanted to stream the game. I didn't want to play some of it and not have it streamed, so I mean, it was a long day. Waiting to play the new 2D Metroid game was a slightly difficult thing. I managed just fine, and then I managed to cook when I got home, but... yeah, I'm much more patient than I used to be. Let's leave it at that. I'm sick, I can't come to work today. Huh, that's weird. Twilight Princess came out today. You feeling okay? Oh, no, I'm not feeling okay. I got the Hylian, I got the Hylian rot. Guess I can't really do anything here just yet. That's a first for Metroid. A suction fan that eats your bombs. I don't think you can time your bombs to the suck. Yeah, you don't really... this is a comeback later example. So, my whole thinking with the It movie was, again, I went in... I don't have the nostalgia for the book or the miniseries. I never had any... I never watched it, I never read it. So... my perspective of It was a complete newcomer's... intro to this franchise, or this work. And, I feel like people really love this thing. And I think it's just because Spooky Clown. The rest of it's pretty stock standard. But it did remind me a lot of, Goonies and, like, not Breakfast Club, what am I talking about? Like, those old 80s movies where the kids had to save the day. Monster Squad. I like that. I mean, my favorite part of the movie was the clown. I mean, the clown was awesome, and it was weird and creative and interesting and... well, maybe not interesting, maybe that's the wrong choice of word, but it was creative. There's a lot of weird clown forms. That clown had many final forms. And they were all pretty fucking interesting to look at. So there, I'll say that. They were very visually interesting. I like the clowning. Well, I've also seen a movie called Clown on Netflix, which is a movie about a dude who finds a clown suit, and it's this ancient clown from back when clowns were called cloynes, and the suit and the makeup gets stuck on him, and he becomes a murderous killer clown. And he slowly, like, transforms into, clowndom. And, like, he tries to, like, rip the suit off, he tries to, like, carve the suit off, he tries to cut it. You can't get it off, mate. What a horrendous movie that was. So yeah, I can safely say that It was a better movie than Clown. If you like trash movies and you like clowns, though, I would recommend you check out the Clown movie if you get a chance. It's really good if you're into trash cinema. Vinny, you missed a door. Well, that one there, I believe that one was locked. You know what I mean? The one to the right there. I think that one was... I think that one was sealed. Hang on. I probably did miss something. I'm trying to go fast. Look how much damage I'm taking. This isn't like some of the other Metroid games where you just like run through enemies at the speed of sound. I guess you can, but not the same way. Do anything up here? No. Oh, here's a door. I miss Geemers. What are they called? Like the stock standard Metroid series enemy? Goomers? Geemers? Gomer Piles? What are they called again? Okay, so here's a teleport. We'll use that later. They're called gamers? Hello, fellow gamers! It's I, EB Games! Your neighborhood-friendly mom-and-pop game shop. Bomb jumping is... oh. Yeah, bomb jumping is very forgiving. And very, useful. So for anyone who just joined, someone in chat just said, Vinny, do you like the games so far? Oh, that was a one-way door, this one. So this wasn't... this door wasn't openable from this side, I had to be over here. The answer to if I like this game so far... so far, I am extremely happy to be playing this. And I have a big dumb grin on my face through most of it. It plays well, it has the feel and the pacing of a Metroid game. And the little improvements that they made, like the little additions, like the 8-way directional aiming, or the 360-degree directional aiming, 8-way, what? And the melee counter is good. It's still very early, so I'm not sure if it's gonna hold up all the way through, but early signs point to yes. It's not really easy so far. I mean, I've died a bunch. What the fuck are you? Eye door? Chozo statues scared me when I was a kid. I was like, why are they weird? Why are they birds? Why did it have to be birds? Let's go down. Can we? Yeah. Just pretend that they're ducks. Exposure therapy, the game. Actually, the It movie was pretty much clown exposure therapy, the movie. If you're afraid of clowns, go see it. It'll help you overcome the fear. Mario nips? That's yesterday's news, man. Today's news is Wario's, testicular torsion. Very minor expansion, but I'll take it. Did you know you could recruit Ulberich as Primrose in Octopath? I have heard that there was a lot more that I missed in Octopath Traveler. So last night I played the demo of that Project Octopath game, which needs a new title desperately, but that's okay, it's a working title. And I liked it. I overall thought it was really cool, and it's good that the Switch has a game like this. It does very little to streamline some of the stuff. Someone emailed me and was like, Vinny, this game looks cool, but it doesn't streamline any of the JRPG conventions that it, you know, adapted. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. That's a really good way to look at it. That said, it was pretty cool. And there were a lot of things that I didn't do, like side quests, and as Primrose, you can actually, or as Ulberich, you can get to the desert area, and there's like a couple of side quests you can do and stuff. Okay, so there's the iconic ice beam. But can you turn it off? Yes, you can. In fact, it's right there on the touchscreen. That's a nice addition. It's one thing I kinda miss about, the DS and the Wii U. Like, the touchscreen, the bottom screen. Like, okay, so you play the Switch, and it's just one screen. And when you play the Switch on TV mode, it's just one screen. Okay, so the ice beam actually doesn't... See, okay, it takes a long-ass time to kill. But I do like the bottom screen stuff for the map, and, for the, oh, there we go. You know, for the map and the ability to have, like, hotkeys. Okay, I don't know what the fuck those things are, but... let's put it in the bucket. Fucking honey. Who's going around putting honey on the walls of SR-388? Rabbids? I know the answer. I know the answer, you don't have to say it for me. Teleportation. I don't think I was actually done with that area, though. I believe there's more to do there. I can go back and get that item I missed way earlier. If I really, really, really wanted to. Eh, fuck it, let's do it. While I'm here. Which of the King Gizzard albums is your favorite? Man, that's a tough question. I'd say Nonagon Infinity. I like Microtonal Banana. But Nonagon is... it opens the door. Vinny, did you ever watch the Mario Brothers movie made in the 90s? Not only did I watch it, but I've watched it more than once. I know, it's fucked up. I also read lines from it fairly recently. I believe that's on Full Sauce now, or if not, it will be soon. And, yeah, I've read lines from the original scripts. I'm an enthusiast of that movie. I'm a fan. You could say that. I hate that I could say that, but you could say that. What Beatles movie is your favorite? Hard Day's Night. It's got good songs, and it's actually a genuinely funny movie. Magical Mystery Tour? Oh, we don't talk about that movie. Neither do we talk about Let It Be. Which has a couple of interesting insights into the band, breaking up.
I'll do whatever pleases you, Paul McCartney. Whatever you want me to do, I'll play it for you.
It's real nice to see the beetles get scummy with each other. I'm passive aggressive. I'm gonna head back to the other area and complete the stuff that I missed. Is there where does Vinny get the "you didn't believe me" line from? I couldn't read that sentence. I really tried. I tried real hard, but you didn't believe. Listen to the song "Happy Happy Joy Joy" from Ren and Stimpy. That's where I got that from.
Hey, boys and girls. It's me, your old pal, Stinky Whistleseats.
In fact, I can recall several times that I was watching Ren and Stimpy while playing the original Metroid 2. At least several. Perhaps more than several. I used to read the Ren and Stimpy comics. 50, 60 issues of them. And then it got to a point where I got bored, and I just stopped. And it was more like just collecting them for collector's purposes and for no other reason. Still stunned. This fucker was stunned for a while. I'm still getting used to having a counter in a Metroid game, so if I take a lot of damage... That's exactly the reason. Oh, fuck these fans! That's also... something that if people say I said that at a convention, they lied. I've never said that before, ever. This requires the gravity suit. I can't even bomb jump up there, fuck. So the water is very dense. This is heavy water, that's a scientific term. I don't know if you know what it means, I'm very smart. It just means that the water is somehow denser than real previous water. It's all very scientific, you wouldn't understand it. Oh yeah, spider ball. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I have no idea what heavy water is. I've only ever heard about it in nuclear fusion reactors. Water but big? That's a good explanation, thank you. You really summed it up for the layman. There are Metroids around here somewhere. So I missed quite a few. Alright. So there's one. Go in the grape juice. Yeah. Nope. Kind of just having fun walking around blasting things, to be totally honest. Oh, those are just bugs. Shit. This is like me not dashing into enemies in Mario plus Rabbids. An essential element to the game I keep forgetting to do. But man, when you do it, it's so satisfying. Case in point. Alright, so some shit's going on over here. Let's see. Oh. Well, it was as simple as that. Stanky Metroid casings. What do Metroid casings smell like? Haha, asking for a friend. Best meme. See something in the distance? Did you guys see that? There was like a split-second thing that was... It might have been the Metroid, I don't know. Feeding the fan bombs. Ah! That solves that. No, it doesn't. That's the way out. So how frozen does this dude stay now? That's missiles. I mean, it makes sense. I was like, wow, I really have to do this complex thing where I have to morph and spider at the exact moment. Yeah, it was a Metroid before. So the ice actually affects the Metroids a bit. So considering the Metroids are evolving, the Ice Beam is not as effective on them as when they're in their OG form. Okay, and the next one should be here. Oops. I think it slows it down a little bit and makes... They're susceptible to damage when they're ice. So it's effective. It's not as effective, but it definitely does the job. And that's number 4. Fawa. So far, so good. Alright, just because I have this area scanned already, I'm pretty sure there's nothing around here, right? I scanned it earlier by accident. But I think we're clear. There's something over here, right? What's the test? Full health. Is the 3D good? Oh, I haven't had the 3D on at all. Pixels get kind of crispy when I turn the 3D on. See if you can tell. Actually, in this game, it makes 0 difference. Usually when you turn the 3D off in games, you get a little bit of anti-aliasing. In this game, doesn't look like it. Here, I'll turn the 3D on and see. I've played a lot of 3DS games with the 3D on, and I've enjoyed it. I've also played a lot of 3DS games with the 3D off, mainly due to streaming, or because my eyes. But sometimes the 3D effect is a little much, and it gives me a headache. Sometimes it's, like, not utilized properly. This game, it actually looks quite good. And considering there's no anti-aliasing issues, I could just leave it on if I really wanted to. It's not bad. It's actually a really, it's not subtle, but it's immersive. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, it's pretty good. Do you like the changes to the Metroid encounters? Well, they're less boring now. I mean, they're more action-packed. As opposed to shoot missiles and get lucky, and hopefully you hit the thing in Metroid 2. Comparing this to AM2R, it's still too early. AM2R was amazing. AM2R was goddamn amazing. So this has a lot to compete with. But it kind of feels like a different game. I think I like the combat in this a little bit better, just because it brings something new to the table. But I'm not gonna make any premature decisions on how I feel about either. Both very high quality. Yeah. Is this game everything you've hoped and dreamed so far? So far, it's... yeah. So far, it's what I've wanted, yes. So far, I am very, very happy with this product. Not only did they not fuck it up, but it's actually quite good. In fact, I think Mercury Stream knows what makes a good Metroid game. I mean, sure, Nintendo was probably keeping an eye on them, but it seems like they really nailed the essence of the series. I'm happy about that. And also, if they were to do another one in this style, I'd be totally okay with that. Let's continue the story after Fusion. I like the lens flare. When it fully charges up, it's like there's a little bit of lens flare. Like that nice delayed reaction on my melee? Like them voice cracks? I got everything for you tonight. Bad gameplay, voice cracks, Metroid, 5 deaths in a row at the very second Metroid in the game. The stream has everything. Everything you could have ever imagined. Shitty memes. Yeah, I don't know about flesh doors. I think we have to ban flesh doors from video games. Oh, fuck. Wow, it is weird going from the 3DS screen to the chat. With, the 3D on. Oh, man. No, I'm good. I'm good. If I do this enough times, I'll develop X-ray vision. That's gonna be the next Splatfest. X-ray vision or extremely long fingers. Like 4 feet long. It's a difficult choice, to be sure. Oh man. Oh, you're all kinds of fucked up. Timing on that enemy is quite different. Vinny, did you try the arms update at all? No, not yet. I will. I know there's a Splatoon update too with some new stuff. That's this weekend, right? So I'll probably do a double feature, arms and split. Oh god, what am I doing? Get me out of here, fuck! Oh, you don't stay frozen long, fucker! Oh! You have to shoot it in the ass. Guys, that ice is like reaching through the screen. I can feel the shrapnel entering my eye. Look at that. Oh my god! I don't even know what's real life anymore. Whoa! It's HD 2D. Made with blast processing. So here's another nicer looking area. Turns out not all of this shithole is made of grape soda. Go up here. When should we put on our 3D glasses? I'm not broadcasting in 3D. Twitch 3D is still 4 years off, sorry. Twitch VR, however, is only 2 years off. So Twitch VR is going to be a lot of fun because it's just going to be a bunch of virtual avatars in a theater watching a TV screen, like a movie screen. And you have to put your goggles on to see it. And you could look around and throw popcorn at people, or you can talk during the movie and be a fucking asshole like people were during It the other day. Oh my god, what's happening to that clown? What is happening with the clown? Do you think he's a virgin? The clown's gonna come out. The clown's gonna come out of there. He's in the closet! Thanks for the play-by-play. What do you think happened to the clown? Why is the clown evil? What happened to him? What made him evil? Yeah, it kind of happened almost exactly like that. It was very dumb, inane conversation during the movie. That it was a play-by-play. It reminded me of Is That Beans? And it also reminded me of If It Weren't For My Horse. I wouldn't have spent that year. Oh shit, fire. Ugh. That was close. But yeah, I could see Twitch 3 VR happening. I mean, I don't know if the VR thing is still picking up speed or if it's like kind of lost a little bit of momentum. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't followed it. But yeah, I could most certainly see, like, you look around and you see other chat members and you're in a theater. So here's what I see in chat. Check this out. Someone said Rift sales made a shitload, actually, recently. Still going strong, and then just below that, VR is dead AF. VR is dying as it should. Well, fuck. 50 people, now I don't know what the fuck to think. 50 people jacking it in one theater to the same VR. Yeah, that sounds good. I left out the last word, which was VR hentai. I didn't want to read that. I didn't want the chat to go nuts. Calm yourselves. But it's true. If you're caught jacking in VR, it turns out you actually jack in real life. So don't do it. What is this? What was that? I'm very thankful for the game, for not bringing me back to the save point there. I don't know what the fuck that thing was. I gotta be much more careful. The water makes it go away. Yeah, we'll come back to that. Ah! Man, I could use some chorizo right about now. Fuck. I'm gonna try to outrun the poison this time. Okay, I don't have enough health for that. Why isn't the world 3D? This is weird, because when I look at the screen, it's 3D, and then I look at the world, like real life, and it's 3D, but when I look at a screen, it's 2D. Why is this happening to me? I thought this was the future. Do you guys think that this will be on the virtual console of the Nintendo 86? Like, 30 years into the future, the Nintendo 86 comes out. How much do you think they'll charge for this? $39.99. Well, it's $10 less than it is now. Not bad. Turns out, software becomes rare in the internet of the future. So this will be one of those rare games, and it's limited to 100,000 downloads, and that's it. So someone has to finish the game and give it up to get it to someone else. It's really rare software, so you gotta spend big bucks on it. You know, the rarer the software, the higher the price. It's inflation. You may say it's artificial, but it's the future. Aeon is consumed anytime it prevents physical damage. Strengthens melee counters. Okay. Well, now I can get that stuff. Just absorbs the damage. Nice. Vinny, did you notice... Did you mean in that insane rambling that the 3DS 3D effect is noticeable because of how focused it is in comparison to reality? Well, reality gets blurry, but you can see forever in the 3DS's 3D. And it's all crispy and sharp. And now I'm turning it off because it looks good, but it's actually kind of distracting to some extent, especially considering I'm looking back and forth at chat, and it's making my brain fuck itself in a theater. Like that?
You like that?
So lightning armor is pretty cool. Doors open. Open door. Solid performance, too. I've noticed the frame rates have been very consistent. And I'm playing this on old 3DS. Ain't none of those new fancy 3DS for me. Old 3DS is also less comfortable than the new 3DS. It's not very ergonomic, and your hands start to cramp on it after a little while. But this is the one I modded years ago, so I'm sticking with it. Frames drop during the elevator scenes. Yes. Well, I mean, this isn't really vital. I'm not sure. I thought it was a style thing, actually. Yeah, I wonder why the frame rates there suck so much. Oh, this looks cool. It's a dam. Does anyone here remember that Counter-Strike map that took place inside of a dam? What was it called? Hydro? I liked that map. Or was it Thunder? TC Hydro. Yeah. I like that, and I like the parking garage map. Those were two of my favorites, and they were never really... It didn't seem like they were the popular maps. And they weren't really brought back for CSGO or Source. At least Vertigo was brought back, though. I like Vertigo. TC Hydro was awful. I wouldn't doubt it. I don't remember it. I liked it when I was younger, but I haven't played that map in 15 years, so I would not be surprised if it was a poorly designed Garbo map that was removed for very, very good reasons. The CS map is called Thunder. TC Hydro is TF2, not CS. So the one I'm thinking of for Counter-Strike was Thunder, and Hydro was a TF2 map. Okay. I've had this craving to play Team Fortress Classic for a while now, so, if I randomly end up playing Fortress forever, you know, feel free to join in. Which, that's a fan-made Source remake of Team Fortress Classic. Some of the instrumentation on this particular track of music in the game reminds me of GoldenEye. A little bit. A little GoldenEye action going on. Oh, that's evil. That is evil. Fuck. Fucking die! Oh. God damn. I ran out of the armor. Ran out. It's gone. Yeah, I really like the combat in this game. The more I play it, the more I like it. Let's see what's up here. Oh. Oh! My friend. Weren't you in Zelda last time I saw you, you fuck? Here I was trying to make an argument that bomb jumping is faster than spider ball. Oh, that was not a good rhythm. Trying to find the best pattern for the bomb jumping in this. I'm just doing some experimentation. There's a couple ways to do it, but there are optimal ways to do it. That's the second time that fucker did that.
12 hours later.
Well, shiver me timbers and blow me loads. My armor was not good enough for that. What do I think of the new South Park? Mediocre. Disjointed. Couple of good moments. But most of the episode was based on the thing I do where I make Alexa look up blue bagels. Sorry, blue waffles for you guys. Okay, Google, show clown penis. .fart. If that was the whole episode, basically. Actually, that's not true. The other half of the episode was renovation with Randy. And they took your James! I don't know, it didn't really do it for me. I get what they were going for. Last season was kind of a mess. Last season was, you know, an attempt at an overarching season-long story, and I do not think they succeeded in that endeavor. By any means. Entertaining, good moments here and there, but it was a little on the unfortunate side. It didn't really pull... It didn't really all come together. So I feel like this episode was an attempt to wrap up the plot line, one of the plot lines from last season, and then also introduce some other stuff, which was commentary on some stuff, and yeah, I mean, it was a noble attempt, but I didn't really care for it. I've seen better from them. Again, these are my opinions. I'm not an expert. I'm not claiming I know anything. I know nothing. I know very little about anything. I just know what I like. So, I'm not trying to, like... You know, I'm not trying to, like, claim some kind of superiority in taste over anyone. That's just not the case. And it never has been. But... You know, people ask. I share my thoughts. my stream. So I talk about the things I like. It's kind of a shame I have to give that as a disclaimer, but, you know, some people... Most people understand. Some people get a little salty. Vinny, I don't like that opinion you had. Okay! Alright. Well, you're allowed not to. Yeah, but Vinny, I don't like the thing that you told me not to like. I never said don't like it. I mean, I feel bad that that's what happened, but that was not my intention. I would imagine if that happens, it might be a good idea to strengthen your own position and opinions on things. If some fucking complete dumbass jabroni Vinetalian from the internet can somehow sway your opinion on a thing you like, then maybe, you know, formulate a better opinion, or perhaps, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that good to begin with. I don't know what to say. It's a complex issue. Hey, if you like Attack of the Clones, good for you. Holy shit, it's Ridley. Alright, that's pretty goddamn far from Ridley. That was like a diner Sarah. I have to kill this creature, because look at it. Look at its pathetic existence. This is all it can do. That would have been the rest of that thing's life. So, please, have some sympathy for the creature. I had to put it down. I had to put it down. This area is large. Someone in chat just said, my life seems similar to its life. Should I be worried? Through limitation comes creativity. And expression. So turn your life on a little platform into art. And then you will have sorted yourself out and have achieved something of a noble existence on this wretched planet. So yeah, I think it's yeah. Situation salvageable. The Jim Carrey interview. Actually, that wasn't what I was referencing. But I am aware of the Jim Carrey interview, and it's gonna be a bit of a heavy topic, but I'll try my best to be as... Oh, right, here's this fucker. The dude that I forgot was a boss in AM2R. Oh, there goes my armor. Spider ball. Should have used the spider there. It's been a while since I saved, hasn't it? Oh, this game is quite generous when it comes to not having to redo 1,000 fucking things over and over and over again. Never mind. Oh, no, definitely never mind. He creates earthquakes, which prevent Spider Ball from happening. Spring Ball. Guys, what did this enemy give up in AM2R? Does anyone know? Does anyone remember? Was it the spring ball? Wave beam? It gave the spring ball in the original game too. Wait, Desert, why are you remembering wave beam? What? Was that intentional, or are you misremembering? Was there japes involved? So anyway, the Jim Carrey thing's a little bit too intense for me to go into full detail, and there's a lot that led to this that I don't really want to get into, but he recently in an interview was like, Jim Carrey's a construct, you're not real, I'm not real. Like, a reporter was interviewing him, and he was talking about how none of this means anything, none of it's real, life is a construct, there's no such thing as Jim Carrey. There's no such I mean, it was really, like, insanely existential, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, kind of deconstruction of what makes us human. And it wasn't a bit either. I mean, he was serious about it. But I think, listen, again, without going into too much detail, some pretty nasty stuff happened that he was semi-responsible for just like a couple years ago, and it probably fucked him up kind of hard. And the fame probably fucked him up a little bit. You'd be surprised, but as Bill Murray once said, if you could choose between being rich and famous or just rich, take the rich. You don't want to be famous. Even the 0.01% that I've experienced, I still like to keep an arm's length away, because I don't think I very much would like anything like what Jim Carrey has or Bill Murray has. That's that does not seem like a good existence. So I would imagine that Jim kind of went through some pretty intense soul searching. He's also an artist. He's been doing his art lately. And I know people have their criticisms of Jim, but he entertained a lot of people. And, you know, he's a very, very famous dude. So you can't really say he didn't entertain people. But his art is extremely, well, take a look at it. It's really good. But there's some pain in that dude's eyes. So he clarified his comments recently on like a morning show. There it is again. Whatever it is. He clarified his comments, and he was saying, you know, I played a lot of characters, and I realized that my own character, Jim Carrey, was pretty paper thin. And you know, whatever combination of things makes up Jim Carrey is so superficial that he was like, I don't buy into it. You know, and he was getting really, yeah, well, whatever he was getting there. So, and of course the anchors just laughed at him. I thought he was making a good point. I thought he was being sincere. And they were like, yeah, Jim Carrey's fucked up, mate. So that was the kind of the follow-up to that. But yeah, at the moment, Jim Carrey is pretty much Matthew McConaughey's character from True Detective. Time is a flat circle and all that stuff. And I'm a little worried about him. Not that I know the guy, but it, you know, it's hard not to assume he's going through some shit if that's where his thoughts are at. So I hope he takes care of himself, and I hope he's okay. And it's also extremely easy. It's extremely easy to have a projection of someone based on... You know, me and Joe were talking about this. It's real easy to have your idea of what someone is. I mean, most of what you know about me, for example, is definitely loaded compared to who I really am. I mean, you get a lot of who I am, but you get even less of someone like Jim Carrey. You watch his movies, you watch some interviews on a talk show, maybe you hear a couple stories, but we don't really know what the guy is like. And, so, you really don't know what someone's going through unless you're in their shoes. So, I think it's real easy to laugh at Jim Carrey and say, oh, he's a fucking crazy bastard, he's a fucking nutter, mate! But I think there's a lot more to it than that. And, you know, I extend my empathy, whatever good that will do. Also, Vinesauce does not exist. We're all just a projection in a holographic universe. And yes, these are some things that I think about and read about sometimes. I wonder what we're doing here. Aside from, you know, playing Metroid, of course, which is very important. It's a wonder, like, this famous, well, semi-famous psychologist recently said, it's a wonder we're not anxious 24/7, knowing that some of the stuff we know about the limitations of life, let's just say. And I was like, oh yeah. It's kind of amazing that we can forget about that for a little while and play video games. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm not gonna go any further. Just end up ruining people's nights. I don't want to do that. I probably already have, so sorry about that. I know this is escapism. I don't mean for it to be inducing existential dread. So, deepest apologies. That room is on fire. Don't turn this into a Soma stream. Well, they're available. Anytime you want to relive some nice existential dread, Soma is definitely available to watch on the Full Sauce channel. So let me go go ahead and shill that video. I'll also shill the Observer stream because that was pretty good. And had some... that had some pretty good moments that got a little bit fucky like that. You know what? I really should stock up. Spooptober is fast approaching, that's correct. Vinny, did you ever finish Observer? I did. I liked it a lot, so I kind of played it quick. I played through it fairly quickly. It was about like an 8 or 9 hour long game. Yeah, Spooptober. I mean, I don't think we're going to be going into deep existential crisis mode this October, but I do believe Resident Evil 7 and Cry of Fear should provide spooky enough entertainment to live up to the Spooptober name. And I have a couple of one-offs too for a Sunday stream. Some good one-offs, some bad ones, like fucking trashy shovelware one-offs, but also some very quality ones that seem perfect. So everyone was very kind to contribute their suggestions for what I should be streaming this October. And I got some good ones, so I'm pretty happy about that. So it's weird now, because I'm at the part of the game where... like, I know where I am in Metroid 2. It's so vastly different. Like, the broad strokes are the same, but all the little details are completely different. So this may as well be a brand new Metroid game for me. It feels pretty goddamn new, and I like that. This is no Mirror of Fate. Fates. I couldn't finish that game. I just remember that the main character, it was Simon you played as in Mirror of Fate, right? So, I remember when you lift up off of a ledge in Mirror of Fate, Simon would go like this. That's one of the 3 things I actually remember from that game. I also know that in the cutscenes he was voiced by Rob Stark. Okay, that was an intentional one. Seems like it didn't really help me that much. Guess we'll take that elevator. Still have no idea what I'm gonna end up getting that can break these crystals. I wonder if you can charge them. There's Igor. There he is. I named him myself. Vinny, when did the light die to you? I'd say the light is stronger now than it's ever been in my life. Unless that was a question about something that happened in the game. In which case... what light? When I say the light is stronger, I got a new light bulb. For a while down here there was, a number of missing or burnt out light bulbs, so I just made it a little brighter down here. Bird turret. Are you talking about my upcoming album, Another Light? The album that has been delayed more times than the Ocarina of Time? Well, we finished a mix on another song today, so there's the good news. And it's a good one. It's a good mix. We feel very good about it. So, I mean, it very, 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 very good things are being done. It's just, I vastly underestimated how long it would take for us to finish this thing. Oh, lightning armor. Yeah, I forgot about that. Is Another Light a stylistic spiritual sequel to the album Remain in Light? Nah. I didn't make a sequel to a Talking Heads album, but I can tell you where the name came from. It was... Okay, I don't know where it came from, but it was just this thing, this concept that was floating around in my head, and I realized that would make a good song title, and I had the perfect thing for it, and then it accidentally became the album name. And I'll explain more of that when the album comes out, but it's just, you know, viewing things in another light. That whole concept. And we kind of rolled with it for a lot of the lyrics, which is gonna keep it somewhat consistent. There it is. There's the Varia suit. Originally Barrier suit, but a mistranslation led it to being called Bavaria suit here in the US, but that's just a theory. Reduced damage and reduced heat damage. Yeah, now this is the classic Samus. I love the run animation on Samus, the way... Look at the circles too. But yeah, now that's the Samus that we all know. And dare I say love? Such good fucking music. But anyway. Vinny, have you ever released your music on a cassette? No. But someone put our first album on cassette and gave one to me and gave one to Mike. So that happened. I still have it. I'll do vinyl, but I think cassette is pointless. Listen. People like to collect old mediums of music, but just collect vinyl, if that's the case. Just do vinyl. We don't need to bring cassette back. Just left right before the good part. Well, it's all good, but... Uh-oh. Bigger, shittier, slimier, more uglier Metroids have been discovered. Oh no. Oh no! Almost dead. its undercarriage, its soft, fleshy undercarriage has been frozen. Oh, that was electric. Oh, shit. It's electric. Fuck. Try that again. I've already lost 100 health. Oh, God! Come on. Does melee counter not work on these? It depends on if they are using electricity or fire or whatever. Vinny, did you turn into a boat? Don't tell me you've never met someone that turns into a boat when they get angry. That would have been the time right there. That was a missed opportunity for a counter. Ow! Okay, that's how you do it, kinda. So yeah, charged ice shot, fuckload of missiles, run away, and hopefully don't fuck up the counters. Well, hang on a minute. Ah, fucked it up. like a hidden room down there or something. How does it float, though? I need to know. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The wave beam's energy waves can pass through solid objects. So yeah, now the wave beam actually does replace the original beam, it looks like. I don't think there's a way around that. It's a direct upgrade, so I mean... I'm not too fussed about it. I'm just happy I can turn off the ice beam when I want to, because I don't always like using the ice beam in Metroid games. I mostly leave it off in Super Metroid because I'm weird. Did the Chozos create the Metroids? They did, and it's a fact I conveniently forgot like 2.5 hours ago. But yes, they did. And Samus's armor, obviously. I mean, they hold the key to the upgrades, so... So I'm actually kind of tired, and I'm probably not going to continue streaming this too much longer. I'm not doing a second game tonight. I'm just going to finish this up and do the art, and we can do Mario Rabbids next time. I've been going for about 3 hours, and my brain is starting to glaze over. I can't actually play like one game for more than a couple hours, unless it's Zelda. That seemed to be no problem. But in general, I tend to like to take a break or, you know, keep it to a couple hours. So this is about my limit, and I don't want to finish the game too quick. It would be a shame if I finished the first Metroid game in many years in like one sitting. Breath of the Wild was a very unique thing for me. I still can't believe I was able to sit down for 7.5 hours that one time. Oh fuck, we're just getting upgrades pounding us in the ass right now. Okay, when I say it like that, it's weird. Poor choice of words. But you know what I mean, right? I don't know if this affects Spring Ball. yeah, this is like... It's perfect. There's tons of little, like, passageways and... secret areas that aren't overly obvious. It's exactly what I wanted. I think the visuals, the more I play this, the more I like the visuals, too. They're atmospheric in the same way a lot of the previous games were. Sure there's nothing down here. There ain't nothing down here. Alright. What does Vinesauce think of this game compared to AM2R? It's still a little too early to say, but I can tell you I love both. So far, I'm really, really enjoying both. I don't know which one... This one has obviously more new gameplay mechanics and it feels different. It feels like an evolution. AM2R felt like the very perfection of 2D Metroid. In its zero mission form. That was interesting. Shit collapsing now? Oh yeah, shit's collapsing. This game is utterly addictive. Super Metroid though, yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Super Metroid. I consider that to be the standard. I mean, I love Super Metroid. But AM2R did all the 2D stuff really, really, really well. I don't know if it's a better game than Super Metroid. Some could make that argument. But from a gameplay standpoint, it takes what Super Metroid started and it expands upon it. It's a fan game. What's your favorite game of all time? It's a very commonly asked question. I have a couple, but, I mean, it usually goes back and forth between Super Metroid and Chrono Trigger. So, both Super Nintendo games. If you extended the list a bit, there would be Link to the Past, Secret of Mana, Majora, Mario Sunshine, Mario World, Mario 3. Half-Life. I might even put Warcraft 2 or 3 on there. Diablo 2 I might put on there. Like if I had a top 10 or something. Earthbound is great. I played it for the first time last year. Oh yeah, the original Metal Gear Solid would probably, like, crack the top 20. Maybe I should do that one day. But I mean, it also depends on the week. It depends on the month. Favorites change. Like the seasons. Or some poetic shit like that. It's like if you asked me what my favorite band was, I couldn't really answer that because I have 10 or more that I would put in the top category depending on my mood. Bowie's usually the one I put, like, if I absolutely had to choose, it would be David Bowie. But I'm not always feeling like that's my favorite. Sometimes it's the Beatles, sometimes it's Radiohead, sometimes it's Wilco. Sometimes it's an obscure indie band that you've never even heard of. That I would list only to seem like I know lots of deep cuts. Favorite console? Well, based on my, you can probably extrapolate this information based upon my top games that I mentioned earlier. It's Super Nintendo. Are you a Monster Hunter player? I've played Monster Hunter Tri, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4, and Monster Hunter Cross. Got bored of Cross real quick because I was like too much. But I am a Monster Hunter player to some extent, but I'm not like a huge fan. I'm not gonna get stories. I am interested in world though. So, I was disappointed about a couple things, guys. In relation to Metroid, so I have the physical copy, and I got that because, like I said the other day, I have 2 accounts on 2 3DSs. If I were to download Metroid onto this shitty old crusty streaming 3DS that I use, then the game is tied to this forever. And I really wanted the physical copy. I wanted the box. So, I have it, and the cover looks nice. It's the classic pose that Samus is in from Metroid 2. It's shiny. You know, it's got a little shine to it. Then you open it up. No manual. I didn't get the soundtrack either. Someone from Europe actually emailed me saying they were going to get me the special edition. I was like, great, I'll give you the money. I'm down. I don't care, I want it. And unfortunately that fell through, so, yeah, couldn't get my hands on the Legacy Edition. Apparently Nintendo couldn't print enough of them or something? I don't know the full story. Well, yeah, the manual, I get that the manual's in the game, you know, on the actual game, but I kind of, you know, I like the manuals that we used to get with games. Those are cool. That's why I liked the Binding of Isaac Switch physical edition, because it came with like a bunch of stickers and it came with a manual that was based on the classic Zelda manual. It was cool. What is it with Nintendo not producing enough products for the consumers? I know. I couldn't believe it either. But no, seriously, it's not like they've, it's not like they haven't struggled with supply and demand before. This is not a new thing for Nintendo. But they, I don't know, they just don't print enough. I mean, there's the idea of artificial scarcity, which they've done, and that sucks dick. Actually, the store I went to today to get this game, a nice, helpful viewer emailed me and said, Vinny, you should go to this particular place and get the game. I don't think I'm gonna say which place, just in case that could be an issue for them, but There were like 7 people there trying to... I had to drive to Manhattan, which is not an easy draw. It's like 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And that's not because it's far. It's only like 8 miles, but 8 miles in New York is 45 minutes when you have to go through Brooklyn. So that's life. But anyway, I go there, and I only put enough I put 2 quarters in, and I got 7 minutes on the meter. 7 minutes! For 2 quarters! The fuck, Manhattan, what are you doing? So... I go in there, and there's like 7 or 8 people trying to get Marvel, baby. And someone says to me, like, they see me getting Metroid, and they're like, I wanna... There we go, there's the timing. It's a little weird. They're like, wow, you're actually here? You're actually here and you're not here for Marvel vs. Capcom? I said, no. They're like, why? It's like, it's not really my series. It's like, I'm more of a Metroid fan, I'm getting that. They're like, you gotta get Marvel, baby! I said, alright, I'll get it. I'm not gonna get it. I think I lied to him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jesus, I lied. Forgive me. New Marvel is awful. Well, let me tell you something. It looks stupid. Yeah, I remember at E3 some of the character models looked gloriously stupid. I don't know if the game is good or bad, but it looked really not amazing. I don't know where I'm going. I should probably check the map. Hang on. This area is very large, so I should just hit up a save point and stop. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, they were like really, like one dude bought 4 copies of it. This is a huge thing for people. I never realized how big Marvel vs. Capcom was for some people. That's a huge fucking series. Why did he buy 4 copies? To scalp them? He was on the list, he reserved 4 copies, he got 4 copies, and then sold one to someone who was there that didn't reserve and couldn't get the game. I'm still playing this, I should stop. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. Anyway, I was getting like really nervous because I saw a cop kind of in the general vicinity when I parked, and I only had 7 minutes on the meter. And people were like, this dude was negotiating. They were like, are you sure you're on the list for this? He's like, yeah, I'm on the list. You know, and then like people are buying. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, it's now 7 minutes on the dot. And the dude at the counter is like, and I wore a Metroid shirt today because I'm a loser. And the dude at the counter is like, ah, you're getting Metroid, like cool. You know, he's like, you know, it makes me laugh when people say that Metroid Prime 4 looks good when all they saw was a logo. I said, yeah, I know, that's funny. I'm sorry, man, I gotta go. I got a meter. He goes, oh no, go. And, yeah, he was trying to do small talk, and I ran out sweating. I was like, please no ticket. Please no ticket. I was 1 minute back. I was 1 minute late. And I got lucky. I didn't get a ticket. Hallelujah. That said, there have been times where I was in the city, I was like 2 or 3 minutes after the meter. I was also lucky. There was one time, however, where I was a minute late, and there was a ticket on my windshield, and a cop walking away from my car. So the point is, don't fuck with the meters in Manhattan. So... okay, game saved. All right. I love this. This is really good. I wouldn't go so far at this point to say it's one of the best Metroid games ever made, but it's more than solid. It's more than solid. It's really good. This is what I wanted. They did a great job with it so far. I look forward to exploring more of the game, and I'm really, I couldn't be more pleased. I mean, this is great. It's like Christmas in some ways. Not only do we get a new Metroid game, but it's actually good. And before people complain about Federation Force, that game was fine. It was not a bad game. It should not have been called Metroid. Or maybe this Samus Returns could have come out first, and then next year they could have said, here's Federation Force, you know, and people would have been okay with it. Seriously, it was a decent co-op shooter game in the style of Metroid Prime. It was not a terrible game. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty okay. I do think it would have been received so much better had it come out, say, 6 months after this or a year after this, sometime in between Samus Returns and Prime 4. So that was just really dumb, stupid timing on Nintendo's part. I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo was like, listen, we got to do a Metroid, like a real Metroid game, after the negative reaction to the Federation Force video and reveal. Like, that was a big deal. That YouTube video had like 10% likes compared to dislikes, maybe more. So, yeah, it was a little crazy. Vinny, you sound bored rather than excited about this game. Well, I'm actually really tired. I was going to say earlier, I wasn't even sure if I was going to stream for this long. I had weird sleep, long day, so let's do the art, and I will fuck off. But no, I'm genuinely, I don't know what kind of tone of voice I mean, my words can say that I like the game a lot. If my voice sounds like it doesn't mean it, then that's just a fluke. Guys, the game is awesome. You want me to be like a YouTuber dude? Guys, I love Metroid Prime Federation. I mean, I love Metroid Samus Returns. It is awesome. It's epic. It is more epic than previous games I've played this year. So I hope that sells it for you. I really like it. I really like it. I'm very happy with it. But I would like sleep more right now. So I'm going to go do that. I do have some art for you. And that art is probably going to include some lascivious and lewd Metopia art. And it does. Mostly just really great art. So anyway, from Andy the Nerd, stream starting soon. From Galaxy Yoshi, Kling Pakagon. I like that you had to take a picture. From Sodium Hydride, here's a sponge, cleric sponge. Soaking up the world's sadness and giving health and happiness and virility. From Furomone, or maybe Furomone, I'm not sure how you say that, but here's Mage Binjot from the same person, Two-Faced, the Rogue. And that's cool. From Neon Llama, The Tables Have Turned, who really died that day. Scoot trying real hard to pronounce the word banana. From the same person from before. Oh, Art Furymone. That's, I think, how you pronounce it. It says it here. And there's Sponge with the shroom staff. Furymone. From some repulsive imp, here's some felt art. That's nice. Got a dark shroom. There's Mike in the background. And those are some blood bagels. Actually, true story. Blood Bagel was released a year ago today, apparently. I didn't even fucking know about that. I didn't remember. But yeah, this is the day a year ago that Blood Bagel came out, and I have officially, since then, disowned the album because it is hot garbage. No, but I actually, I said this before, I think it came out really good. Recording-wise, Between the Cheeks and Vomit in the Ball Pit, I mean, Between the Cheeks is just a massive success in terms of production and following through with an idea until it was as stupid as it could possibly be, but also musical. And the riff on Vomit in the Ball Pit is one of my favorites. So I love it. I think it was a worthwhile endeavor, and I'm glad I got to have some fun with music and write songs about bloody assholes for a couple months. So hopefully Another Light will live up to whatever expectations were set with Blood Bagel, which is to say none. But so I guess happy anniversary. Where does the time go? Am I right? Thanks for this, Imp. And from, well, I mean, you saw this earlier, so I'll just throw that up there. Okay, here's one from Lure Lion Gamer, and there's Tank Scoot with WMDs. Here's one from Smashing Renders. Yep, I saw this on Twitter. This was twatted to me. There's a Red Vox themed one as well, so... I mean, you know, if you have to put "I'm sorry, Vinny" in the tags, or if in any way, shape, or form you have to apologize for the art, then, I mean, maybe double check before you finish it. Maybe just, like, you know, think about it for a second and like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm going to stop. However, as filthy as this makes me feel, I think this is absolutely stunningly amazing what you're capable of doing with your 3D stuff. Speaking of Blood Bagel, here's the Red Vox themed one. And I love it. I mean, I think I do, at least. I'm pretty sure I do. Thank you, Smashing Renders. This is great. From Lysadra, I have seen humans dress like this when they want to make their friends happy. Are you happy, Vinesauce? I like the heart gear more, but this is fine. Lumberjan is experimenting. It's like college. From Football Helmut, here's that Lumberjan thing again. So for those wondering, in Metopia, Lumberjan is now in a corset. So that should explain a little bit. From Small Sandwich, here's Princess Alpaca. This one's from Small Sandwich as well, and it's a corset Lumberjan. The Buru has become infected with Jans. From Dren, nice art. From Dren, Goblin Pit, the newest Kid Icarus character, the newest Kid Icarus iteration. From Reigning 13, that was from the corruptions I did. Reigning 13 made this. Vinny, this is Metopia. E for everyone, please. Heck. From JP Mishu. Here's Two-Faced. That's cool. A lot of different styles. The bottom right one, food and drink is consumed by her eyelids and disappears. Fucking no. No! From K. Ember. Here's Klingon Flower. From Zephen Kinfan, 3D Gen. From Enjoys Great Streams, here's Swole Sponge. You guys with your art. Making it all good and stuff. Here's one from Glow in the Dark Ink. And, wow, it's Hamburger from Tamagotchi Life. The most... the most amazing of peripheral characters. From JK4, Blood Bagel, Red Vox, 1 year. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that it's 1 year. Thank you for whoever made a 1 year anniversary of Blood Bagel thing. You don't know how excited I am to get this new one out. I really, really, really mean that. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be released. I'm very proud of it. So, I mean, if people are really into the 5-song nonsense album that was Blood Bagel, then I think you'll like the next one. That said, for anyone who doesn't know, and you don't know what Blood Bagel is, it's an album that my band and I, Red Vox, made last year, and you should avoid it at all costs. From Stop, No Retreat, Never Surrender, Tank Scoot. From T-Dog the Challenger, here's another Tank Scoot. From Vinny, if you start RPing as Vinny, I'm burning the stream to the ground. Well, I'm not going to, so you're good. From Ice Cold Clone, which I think might be a reference to Vinny as well, but yeah, here's Candy Jan. From Cosmic Shy Guy, Project Octopath Traveler's Greatest Hero, Sir Berg, My Beef is Unburnt. I somehow did not expect someone to draw Eisenberg as a fucking burger. I should have. From Sally Miyake, here's, well, I mean, it's the Corset Lumberjan. I told you, unchristian things have filled this buru on this night, on this most unholy of nights. From Bengo Bongo 14, Walrus. It's like, please. From Cuckoo Banana, this fucking game. So there's the various forms of my character in Metopia. There's a lot of swollenness happening here. Wow. Cuckoo, you really, you go above and beyond, don't you? That's good. That's real good. From Bait 1288, is Vinesauce a drug? It could be. You put it under your eyelid. It's like beezing. They call it saucing. From Grumpo Rama, here is a BRB. I couldn't do the voice. It was a crack. It turned into a voice crack. That's a good thing I lost all sense of dignity years ago, and I can do something like that and just be okay with it. From Judithan, here's some Metroid art. That's good. That's really cool. Me in the power suit. I was expecting excuse me, I was expecting a little bit more Metroid art. Well, that's the only one tonight, it looks like. What's this? Beast Battle Simulator. From Plenty of Poi. Grenadier and radioman from the 85th Guards Battalion silently scan the horizon after a decisive victory against Compy barbarians. Plans are set to convert dinosaur plains into a depot to house elephant cannons and turrets for rapid deployment in the upcoming offensives. May the grace of the Imperial family lead us to further glory. This would make very little sense to those who have not seen the Beast Battle Simulator stream that I did. From Jerry, Geometric Starman. Oh god. Oh my god, Lois. What do you think made that clown want to stream video games? It's terrible, Peter. I don't even care. No. I'm good. I'm ready to go to bed. From Scratch Cat. Here's a bunch of concepts and designs for a potential Vinesauce fan game. JoJo Undertale is the main villain. All right, cool art. Thanks. So I'm going to end there. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching the stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed Metroid. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it very much, and I can't wait to play more of it. So I'm glad that it happened tonight, because I'm not even sure. I'm not sure I can stream tomorrow. I might try. If all goes well, I might be able to sneak in a little Mario and Rabbids. But if not, then I'm very glad that I was able to do this tonight and spend a couple hours with it, and not just like 1 or 2. So I guess that's about it. Thank you, everyone. Once again, I will see you soon. If not tomorrow, then Saturday. And I hope you all have a great night. And if you're looking for more streams to watch, then you can go to vinesauce.com or twitch.tv/team/Vinesauce. Dyer's live, Fred's live. Check them out. My mods are live sometimes. And my auto host will bring you to them if you are at all interested in their streams. And I think you'd like them. Congrats to Desert for getting partnered. And, keep up the good work, everyone. Thank you, mods. Everyone in chat, I'm going to go to bed now, okay? So, goodbye.